the Everything Guide to Sports Betting as we welcome you back on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. I'm Patrick Meagher. Of course, he's the author of the Everything Guide to Sports Betting, Josh Appelbaum. You can email Josh your questions. A ton of great feedback coming in. Listen, whether it's Mitch and Paulie, Gil Alexander, or Billy Walters, we all started at square one when it comes to betting. The most important thing we're going to try to stress to you is, oftentimes the vernacular, the syntax, what the words and key terms that are used in gambling can be intimidating to a new bettor. I assure you, once you start becoming conditioned to those terms, it's going to make sense. Some terms have a dual meaning. Hey, what's the juice on that game? What's the vig? Very much the same thing. Hey, what's the total? The total set at 46. What's the over-under? The over-under is 46. I know this sounds basic to most of you, and we bring Josh in because we're going to get into Bankroll Builder as far as juice. But again, we have to explain this because people are constantly getting confused.
Yeah, I think the key thing you mentioned there, Patrick, is you're really self-conscious when you start something new that you don't really know a lot about. So you don't want to say something out loud. People think you're dumb, and you're worried about appearing like you don't know what you're talking about. But put that aside. Take your self-conscious, everything. Take that out of it. If you want to be a successful sports bettor, you got to start from square one. You got to learn these terms, these terminology, and believe me, it's going to come to you very quickly. And once you start betting, you hang around with bettors, you hang around at sports books, you're on Twitter, hashtag gambling Twitter. This is all going to be terms and phrases that people say, and you're going to pick it up very quickly. But never be afraid of there's no such thing as a stupid question. You want to learn. Don't worry about putting yourself out there. Who cares what people think? Let's just get the fundamentals down, and that's going to really help your learning curve and get you into the game the quickest way possible. So put all your worries aside. We're here to help you. Come on in. We'll do it together.
Well put. You can find them, Josh, at VSiN.com for the questions as we progress here on the Everything Guide to Sports Betting. Okay, let's expound Bankroll Builder juice. And we're going to throw up an example. Let's explain where I find the juice when I'm looking at a bet.
Yeah, so the juice, we've talked about it before. Juice is the same thing as the VIG, which is short for Vigorish. It's the tax or commission that you have to pay the sports books in order for them to accept your bet. So typically you're going to see the juice as a 3-digit number that's to the right of the odds always. Typically it's in parentheses. You'll see parentheses -110, -115, -120, -105. It's going to be in that range overall. It's important to know that, you're going to see the juice to the right of a spread as well as a total or over under. You're not going to see it to the right of a money line because the juice is already baked into the money line. So whatever that price is, they're already taking that tax into it. So I think the key with the juice not only is the fact that you got to be conscious of having to lay or pay the price, whatever is listed to the right of the book, but use the also as a way to pull the curtain back and figure out where is the liability and where are the books taking an action. And every time they move the juice toward one side, it drops on the other side. And anytime the juice moves, it's moving because it's sharp money coming in that's causing the books to adjust that number and make you pay a higher price on the more popular side overall. So good example here, you're seeing a team, maybe they open -3 at both, and the juice typically opens at the same side, -110 both sides. It could be a little up, a little down depending on the matchup. But if a team starts taking in a lot of betting at -3, -110, they'll jump up to -3,
Okay, we're breaking up a little bit there with Josh. Let's pull him down for a second. I want to add to what he was saying. The best way to conceptualize juice, okay, let's start with point spread. The point spread is going to paint the picture. Okay, so you take a look at the earlier example we had with the Ravens laying 3 at the Eagles. Picture painted. The juice will then provide color, some of the finer details. Okay, and as we bring Josh back in, point spread is going to paint the picture. The juice starts to add in and add color and add finer details to that picture is the best way to put it because it's going to let you know what's happening to that point spread.
That new bettors can make is just looking at the spread, whatever the number may be. Is it 3? Is it 10? Always pay attention to that 3 number next to the juice. It's not just
Okay, let's bring Josh down, and I'm going to go ahead and give the same example, and then we'll come back, we'll reset, and we've got your questions coming in at VSiN Live and Josh at VSiN.com. Best way to explain it, the amazing Appelbaums are laying 3 -115. That means it's going above the common juice of 110. Okay, you could be going closer to 3.5 then you're getting closer to 2.5 as far as the Appelbaums being favored. It's the best way to think about it. Which way is the wind blowing on this bet? I'm going to look at the juice, and that's going to tell you the story. It provides where the liability is, okay? It's just painting the picture and then filling in the finer details. We're coming back with Josh Appelbaum right here on the Everything Guide to Sports Betting. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Come on back.